Welcome to the Chamber Vibes podcast with your host, Brittany Timmons, the Greater Guthrie Chamber of Commerce CEO and President. In this podcast, you will hear from local guests who will discuss topics such as leadership, small business, and our vibrant community. You'll also hear success stories and tips from amazing local businesses, dive into important news, meet community leaders, and find out how you can get involved in our community. From the Second Banana Media Studios in beautiful and historic downtown Guthrie, America, here is Brittany Timmons.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Time for another episode of Chamber Vibes. I've got my good friend on here, Chase Biggs with Biggsys Barbecue. How are you doing, friend?
Good.
Good.
Good to be here.
Yes. I know. I'm excited to have you on.
Yeah.
You're my first food truck
I like it.
guest. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Biggsys Barbecue. So let's tell everyone. I'm sure most people watching or listening probably know, but maybe they don't. So let's tell everyone, what is Biggsys Barbecue?
Well, I'm Chase Biggs, of course, and I'm from Guthrie. I love barbecue. I actually started in my backyard, like most barbecue guys.
Right.
And I had people starting to say, "Hey, man, you should sell this or something." So I did, and started off in Crescent at the little coffee barn a couple times, and thought that I could, go off of their license. I had no idea that
Oops.
you cannot do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, so I had to take a little break there for a little bit because I could not go by their license.
Right.
And so that kind of pushed me to buy the food truck.
Okay.
And so I did. And it's been super successful ever since then. So
what year was this?
This was 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I've been food trucking for 2 years.
Right
Yeah.
in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So you're one of those, let's start a new business, right during the crazy.
Yeah, right during the crazy.
Right.
But, before that, I had actually started a security business that COVID actually pretty much killed it. And
Got ya.
So lost a bunch of contracts with that. And, no big deal. It pushed me towards something that I enjoy even more.
Mm-hmm.
So, and during the whole COVID mess, it was busy. Like, people weren't going to restaurants.
Right.
They were wanting to stay in their neighborhoods. And so neighborhood food trucking was a really big deal.
Which was already kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But definitely probably escalated that with COVID.
Yeah,
so.
and it did. Man, not anymore. Like, neighborhood food trucking, it's still there, but it's not as great.
Okay.
Of course, because people are going out and about and doing all this stuff, so they're not stuck in their house.
Right.
but yeah. So I do a lot of catering and stuff too. So that, of course, keeps me pretty busy. That's really all I've done the last 3 months.
Really?
So it's mainly catering stuff.
Yeah, probably through the winter months too. Like,
Right.
People still come out to food truck, but it's a little difficult when you're cold.
Yeah, people don't really like standing in line and it's 20 degrees with 10-degree wind chill, and no, they don't like that.
Right. So 2 years ago, you start the food truck. Did you, obviously you knew how to barbecue or you wouldn't have started Biggsys Barbecue, but were there things that you were just like, let's just try this, we're going to learn as we go? Because I noticed that you're always introducing something new. Yeah. Because you get a wild hair and go, hey,
that's
let's
something
try this.
that I really enjoy doing. Like, watching TikToks or YouTube or, whatever. I learned to cook through YouTube.
Wow.
Like, watching Malcolm Reed and How to Barbecue Right. Like, that dude, he knows his stuff. And he's a world champion barbecue guy. And, I've taken a lot of his stuff and kind of made it my own. And, that's how I started, just watching video after video after video of cooking and trying different things. And before I started smoking, man, I couldn't cook really at all. Like, I would throw some stuff together, and wife would be like,
yes.
Wife would be like, yeah, it's good,
right?
Stuff like that. But now I'm the cook of the house.
Okay.
Like, I cook breakfast, lunch, dinner basically every day, and
nice.
Try different things. And if you're on my friends list on Facebook, you see the different little creations that I do. And That's just for us, but a lot of times will add them into my specials. I always love doing different little specials with my food truck. Like,
keeps things fresh.
Yeah, like my menu will be mainly the same every time, except for my specials. I like to throw something neat and unique in there, and it gives people something different to eat. It introduces them to a more craft barbecue style.
Right.
A lot of people around here just, nothing against Billy Sims or, places like that, Swadley's or whatever, but it's just this generic barbecue that you think of whenever you think of those places. And so it gives them something different and special and unique and something that they haven't had before.
Right.
And that's what I like to do. I like to give them that, oh man, that was amazing. Like, not just, oh man, that's good barbecue, but I want the best barbecue.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
And, that's what I do in my downtime. I watch barbecue shows. Like,
hey,
what are you looking at on your phone? Another cooking video. So,
hey, we all have our things.
Yeah.
And now it's your livelihood. So is the food truck your full-time gig?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is now. At the start it was, I would do some security, or I would do, stuff for the sheriff's office, or, doing just things here and there. But mainly, the food truck's full time now.
Yeah.
So.
Since 2020 or 2021?
I'd have
We're
to
in
go back and
23
look.
now.
Yeah, I don't even know what day it is anymore.
I know. Right. I know. What year are we in?
But I want to say 21.
Okay. We won't hold you against it.
I don't know.
If it's 2020, so yeah.
Yeah, it's
that's
been
awesome.
a while, but yeah, it's been fun.
That's awesome.
So
let's talk about what you did before you had the food truck.
okay, I was with the sheriff's office since 2012.
Here in Logan County?
Right, with the Logan County Sheriff's Office. That back then it was Jim Bauman was sheriff, and so I started in the jail, and was in the jail for 2 years. Worked my way up as sergeant back there, and was in charge of a bunch of stuff. But then I went to patrol. Then was on the SWAT team for 6 years, which I love that, and recently got off of that not too long ago because I just haven't had time.
Right.
Going to training and all of that stuff, it requires a lot that those guys do, and just don't have time whenever it comes to business and doing that. So I got to pay those bills,
right?
And feed people barbecue.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And so I was also chief of police of Crescent for a couple of years.
Okay.
Then came back to the sheriff's office and left that full time. I want to say 2018.
Okay.
And started a security business. COVID basically killed that.
Right.
With the contracts that I had, and then started barbecuing, and that's basically where that went.
And you can tell it brings you joy for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot happier job.
Well, not that the other isn't. Yeah. It's very good work.
Yeah, definitely
Right.
a lot of rewarding stuff
Right.
with the sheriff's office. I was able to do a lot of really cool stuff with them, and Devereaux, he's been great with having my back anytime that I needed him to have my back.
Right.
He's always had my back with that. But
he's a good dude. Shout out to you, Sheriff Devereaux, for watching. So.
But barbecuing's fun. I love doing different recipes, different things that you see like on TikTok and YouTube and different things like that, bringing those to life like here, and being able to give people here good food.
Right.
And I love that.
That's
like
awesome.
I guess it's kind of creepy, but whenever somebody orders a special or something that I did that I know it tastes good, but I don't know if other people will like it, I'll watch their face Like they'll go over and sit down,
Now
and I'm
you know
like
Chase is
over there.
watching.
I'm over there, creepy, looking at you, like, what's your facial
Waiting for their
expression
reaction.
going to be?
I love that, though.
And
That's not
so then
creepy.
they take that bite, and you see them, eyes roll back, like, oh my god, and I'm like, yes, I did great.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
That
I
is
did great.
awesome.
My wife hates it when I do that, so because she knows
I'm never
staring
gonna look.
at her.
I'm gonna look back at you now
Yeah,
when I
like,
order. No.
like that first bite, I know if you like it or you don't like it.
That's
so
hilarious.
it's either really good or it's not.
Well,
so
but that's a good way. I mean, that you can judge to know if you're doing it.
yeah. So no, if you
you're
order
doing
my
it right.
barbecue and you're eating it near me, I'm watching you.
That's
So yeah,
we're gonna start playing the song. I
Yeah.
always feel like somebody's watching you.
yeah, because I
Watching
am.
me. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but it's
That's
been
awesome.
fun doing.
Yeah. So are you still? Do you still help out at the sheriff's office? Are you reserve?
Yeah, I'm
now?
still
Okay.
reserve.
Okay.
I don't get in as much as I would like to, but we've recently had a new baby boy.
Yes.
And
Congratulations.
so, thank you. He's 6 weeks old now, I think.
Yes.
Something like that. And, between that and remodeling a house and catering and, doing everything that life requires,
Sure.
it can be hard to go in. So those guys that are going in all the time, just patrolling as soon as they say, hey, we need help, and they're there, man, it's really awesome that they can do that. But,
It is.
it's something I haven't been able to do lately, unfortunately, but, they have a great group of reserves.
Right. Absolutely. Well, and you can. I mean, when you're able to, and whatever season you're in, then you know that you can help when you
Yeah,
can,
yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that cleat card's something that
Yeah.
I'll always have.
Right.
So it's something that I earned and I'm very proud
That's
of.
right.
And, very proud of the service that I've given to the community and the time and, all of that.
Absolutely.
So it's something that's been very near and dear to my heart for sure.
Right. And now you get to serve the community in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
for
now I
sure.
serve the community with
Yeah.
delicious foods.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what are some, I know you like to give back. You like to help as much as you can. So what are some ways that you have been able to give back to the community through the food truck?
Right. One of the things is, giving food to the sheriff's office. Anytime I have leftover food, it usually goes to the fire department or Guthrie PD or the sheriff's office or, places like that. And that's something I really enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll hit up guys at the fire department like, hey, man, you hungry?
Right.
Come get like 200 hot dogs. So I did that one time. Did a
I'm
hot
sure
dog
when you
special
walk in,
and-
nobody's sad.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like probably really excited to see you.
Like
So
when I bring the aluminum pans, that's when
Yes.
everybody's face lights up. So
that's awesome.
that's something I really enjoy doing that. Mm-hmm. And giving back. And before I was in law enforcement, I was actually in full-time ministry for 5 years.
Okay.
So I traveled around the world, Romania, Uganda.
You've just done a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Chase.
yeah, done quite a bit of
That's
stuff.
awesome.
But helped start a church in New Mexico. And,
Okay.
Bible school in Minnesota, and a bunch of fun stuff. So my heart is for people,
Right.
and to help people out. And that was one thing with law enforcement. I help people out with certain things there, and then with serving food and all that, I like feeding people. Like, if you come up to my truck and I notice it seems like you don't have a lot of money or like things seems too expensive, you're never going to leave my truck without food in your hands. Like, that's just something that is going to happen.
Yeah,
Like,
that's awesome.
You're going to eat, and you're going to eat good. And I'm probably going to throw in some extra stuff.
Right.
So,
And I
'cause-
can say, if you have not tried Biggsys, well, be sure to follow them on Facebook, and definitely, because anytime I know the Timmons can get their hands on some Biggsys, we're very happy. My youngest daughter, especially, the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean, the mac and
that's-
cheese.
that's a pretty
Sometimes she
popular
likes
one.
it by itself. Sometimes she wants the brisket mixed in.
Yeah,
So.
you get the pig. I call
Pig
it
mac.
the pig mac. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Everybody loves that pig mac. I think I
awesome.
sold like 12 cases of mac and cheese at 89ers Day last year.
Right. So I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to ask kind of what, I know you've been involved with as many Guthrie events. And I know when I met you, you were like, hey, tell me about everything I can come to in Guthrie because I want to stay here.
Right.
Not that you're not willing to go to Edmond or surrounding communities, but I know as much as you want to stay right here at home.
Sure.
That's your preference. So.
Yeah. Basically anything Guthrie, it's hard for me to say no to.
Right.
Whether it's little church events that, I know I'm not going to make that much money, but it's for Guthrie.
Yes.
And, I'm from here. My family's from here. I graduated here. And it's a really great community.
Yeah.
I really like Guthrie a lot. And there's so many cool things happening downtown all the time. That I really think that, especially in the next 10 years, Guthrie's going to, look completely different, but look exactly the same.
Which we talk about that a lot through the chamber and especially on the podcast, how, it's really important to hold on to our history here. It's what we're about. It's, we have to look and see where we came from, but it's also exciting to see the forward thinkers that are in the community that are also thinking, okay, we can keep the old with the new, and that's important for growth, for sure. We can't be closed-minded, to new businesses coming here, whether they're large chain or, whatever. We need the small and the big guys,
And those new businesses, those new people that are coming in town, like keeping these buildings up.
Yes.
And these buildings are Guthrie.
Right.
And if we don't keep them up, they won't be here for forever. They'll burn to the ground or they'll fall to the ground.
Right.
So you have these guys coming in here doing this cool stuff to these buildings. It's going to draw that more attention here.
Right, absolutely.
Because I want to be here.
Right.
So, I want to have my business here and, progress and do more things and, do those events and, maybe eventually move in somewhere.
Yeah, so maybe big things coming for Biggsys. We'll just have to see what happens.
There is some big things coming. I'm not, quite ready to announce anything yet, but
no pressure, friend.
Looking at a few different places here in town, and I think Guthrie is growing. Obviously, there's always been a great amount of people here, and they need good food. Like they need good food here. Yes. So the local restaurants are great, but we need more.
Right.
Like we need more places.
Right.
So
agreed. Nothing wrong with a variety.
No,
either.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Right. Everyone seems to work together and want each other to thrive.
Lazy E's doing great things out there. IFR, and the restaurants are slammed whenever those places are.
We love seeing our rodeo friends in town for sure. So you're at Red Brick Nights, I know.
Right.
Of course, 89ers, which you've been able to do 2 89ers now.
Just one.
Oh, just one. This was okay.
The one before I didn't get in quite in time, so I ended up setting up over at Hoboken.
Oh, okay.
So
so you were at last year's, and then hopefully we'll get you for this year.
Should be.
Yeah.
Should be, as long as I can get my printer going.
Yes.
Which is inside joke. I can never get my printer going to print out paperwork.
I know, and we told him that he has the chamber office who can help him with this, that has a printer and a friend who would help. So anyway, we'll make sure that happens.
I should be here for all those things.
Awesome.
And, I'll be at the Renaissance Fair.
Yes.
It's going on down at the Flats.
In March?
March, yeah.
And it won't be 1,000 degrees, we hope.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Poor John, he has done so well with that event, and he's just like, okay, we're moving it. We're done sweating it out. It could snow now, but we're going to hope not.
Trebuchet that's going to be there. That's so cool. It's like, where do you even find a trebuchet?
If it can be found or done, Pagonis will make that happen.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So, yes, that'll be exciting, and that's coming up soon.
Right.
So, a couple months away.
Pirate theme, I think, is the theme for it.
All kinds of crazy things out there.
I'll try to look up some weird pirate specials or something that I can throw out there.
Yeah, and then just go after you serve all your food.
Every time.
Ooh, you should wear an eye patch.
Yeah, I don't know. I might end up cutting my finger off if I do that.
Okay, maybe not. I tried, John.
You don't want any of that extra.
Maybe we get you in costume somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. I got a big beard.
You said it. Yeah. So,
Blackbeard, the barbecue maker.
Yes. Oh my gosh, so many the ideas. Are the possibilities are endless. So there you
go. For sure. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, it's going to be great. I'm really hoping for some good spring weather.
Yeah.
Just so people can enjoy it longer and wear their costumes and all of that. So
have some
I know
fun
lots of work goes into that. So awesome. Well, that'll be great. So just before we kind of close, I always like to, and you've kind of touched a little bit on this, but what are your, I mean, I know you're from here and everything, but obviously you've chose to stay here and grow your business here and raise your family in this area. Mm-hmm. So what are some of your favorite things about Guthrie? Like, what do you love about
really
our community?
Just the community itself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so many cool things that, we've been talking about that are going on here that it's still got that small town feel, but it's got big city energy whenever it comes to the things that are coming to town. So whenever, we got red brick nights and, football season's always crazy downtown, people everywhere during the football games.
I know.
So,
nothing like a game at the Rock.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's got that small townness, and that small town is something I love. I'm not a big city person. I don't want to live in a big city again. I lived in Fort Worth for 8 years whenever I was a kid.
Yeah.
And then we moved back, and I was like, thank God we moved back.
Right.
Because, I mean, there's more people in that metroplex.
Not
than the
that
whole
part of
state
I-35 you want to be off of anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be in that big city feel anymore. I don't like it. So I live in the country. I will stay living in the country, and I will come to Guthrie.
Yes.
So
that's awesome.
That's what I like. And, the people here are great. The people here are nice. I mean, whenever I'm serving food, like, everybody's face is great, happy, having a great time, and it's fun. So, and it makes my job fun.
Right.
Whenever everybody else around me is having fun, that's the funnest part.
Right, because you're in there sweating it out.
Oh, man, yeah. I mean, it'll be sometime if I don't have an electric hookup and I'm running my generator and I don't have that AC going, it's 111 degrees in there. Oh, my goodness. So, literally.
Right, so at least if you can smile through it and people make you smile through it, then that makes it worth it.
Yeah, so no, I'm doing the best I can without passing out. So
give him some grace.
Yeah, last summer was pretty brutal in there a few weeks. So but thankfully Guthrie is on it and getting plugs in everywhere, and it's super easy to plug into events here, which is a big draw for food trucks.
It is.
A lot of people don't know that, but having that 30 amp, 50 amp plug, it makes you want to do events even more there.
Right.
Because, you're not out the generator cost of running gas, because that's $50 and, all of those things add up. So Guthrie's really doing some cool stuff to help combat that on our end.
Right.
And I like that.
Right.
So, and it makes me even more want to come here to do stuff.
That's awesome.
Red Brick Nights, plug right in, 89ers, plug right in, and it's quiet. People aren't, annoyed by generator noise.
Right.
I can hear you talking to me.
Yes.
On the inside of the trailer.
Right. You probably have to ask people to yell their orders.
Yeah, there's been a few times that, that Generac is pretty loud.
Yeah.
So I do my best with being able to hear people, but sometimes they got to yell.
Yeah.
But yeah, plugins are great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Well, I know, you were just talking about just how our community is. I know last week you set up just for the lunch hour, or until you ran out over here off Wentz. And I know I stopped over to get some lunch, and it was so fun. I saw like 5 people that I know, and everybody was just sitting there hanging out, waiting for their food and talking and catching up. And that's just one of those great things about Guthrie, you know, like.
Yeah, and I'll be there tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'll be there tomorrow, slinging barbecue across from Cash Saver, starting at 11.
Yes.
So
January 27th, depending on when you listen to this. So January 27th.
27th, Friday.
Yes.
So I'll be slinging some stuff there, and but to that, what you're talking about, that's the fun thing,
right? And
that's what I want to bring to Guthrie even more in the future, and my ideas for what I want Biggsys to evolve into. Having those indoor outdoor kind of thing, people out there with their kids, having a safe place for their kids to play, having cornhole, stuff like that. Like having a place that they can come and enjoy themselves on a Friday night or Saturday night or, something like that. So,
well, I'm excited to see what what you do and
I
believe
think
in
it'll be
you.
great.
And I think it's been great to get to know you and see you all around town. And so
Yeah, I'm
thank
glad that
for-
you ended up tricking me into becoming part of the chamber.
Listen, don't tell our friends out there that I do not trick. No. And now you've been a member for 2 years.
Yeah.
So hey.
Yeah. I got to get my new sticker though.
Oh, I
Yeah,
gotta get you.
I gotta get a new sticker.
I'll get you a new
Yeah.
sticker right after
Put it
this.
on my window.
We got them in our 2023 wins. So yes. Well, we appreciate your partnership, and it's really fun getting to know you. Like I said, eating your good food,
Right.
and seeing you all over town. And we look forward to seeing much more of Biggsys and what's to come.
For sure.
So
And
all
I look
right.
forward to bringing that goodness.
Yes, absolutely. So be sure to check them out on Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Biggsys BBQ Shack.
Okay, Biggsys BBQ Shack. Yeah. So is that the best way to reach you?
Yeah,
Probably
yeah,
through there?
Yeah, and
Okay.
my messenger's connected to those,
Okay.
and you can contact me for catering. I do weddings, birthdays,
Yeah, more than
family
just a
events.
food truck. People need to remember
Right,
that.
right. And I very much enjoy catering. It's great.
Yeah.
So, especially whenever I get to stay for the party.
Oh.
So that's always
That's always good
a-
when you get invited to
Yeah,
stay,
that's always
so.
a big plus.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, you want to stay?" I'm like, "Sure."
Right. so
so,
there you go, friends, for your corporate events,
Right.
business events, your backyard events, whatever it might be. Keep them in mind because not just the food truck.
yeah,
Give you a call.
and there's some special menu items on that catering stuff
Okay.
too. So I do a lot more specialized things.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, is there anything else you want to add? We covered
I
it
don't
all,
think so.
maybe?
Yeah.
All right.
Big things in 23. for
Okay,
sure.
I like it. There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chase. It was good visiting with you today. Be sure to tune in, follow us on YouTube, Second Banana Media, and keep up with all of the Chamber Vibes episodes. So thanks again, and we'll catch everyone next time. See you later.
Thanks for listening to the Chamber Vibes podcast from Second Banana Media Studios in beautiful downtown Guthrie, America.